Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I have a good old-fashioned trash talk. There's like quite an array of items in here that I'm gonna go ahead and talk about with you, so I will put timestamps down below. We're gonna go ahead and get started with skincare slash like body care. So the first thing I have is this Dr. Hashuka facial toner. This was one of the toners that I received in the bag I picked up at Whole Foods back in the spring. This was very interesting. It was a spray toner, which at first I thought like, oh, that's really nice. It'll keep it super hygienic, but it was a real pain in the butt to spray on my face. I feel like I was spraying a ton of this stuff and wasn't able to spread it around before it was getting absorbed. So I blew through it really fast and then it had a really short shelf life. I don't know if it's because it was just thrown into the bags intentionally because they had too many and they needed to get rid of it before it expired, but I don't know if I would buy this. I'm still not 100% sold on toner as a thing. I also have the Neutrogena Ultra Sheer Dry Touch Sunscreen SPF 45. This is what I use all over my body, but not on my face. Like this stuff a lot. Every time I used it, I never got a sunburn, which to me is a good sign, so I would definitely recommend buying it. I used up a sheet of the Peter Thomas Roth Acne Clear Invisible Dots. There are 12 in here. These I happen to come across on Sephora's website. They're like these little small dots. There are two different sizes in here that you literally put over a pimple at night. And it's essentially a super intensive salicylic acid piece you're putting onto your face, and it really does help clear up zits. I've tried it on my face and Ben's face, and we've both seen results with it. I'm fortunate that I don't get a ton of breakouts very often, but when I do, I really prefer to put this on, and then it helps clear it up a little bit faster. I've got the Peter Thomas Roth Cucumber Gel Mask that I used up. This stuff is really nice. I definitely would like to purchase a full size of this. I found that the Peter Thomas Roth masks are really effective. This one in particular is no joke. It's super lightweight, but it also really helps sort of bring the moisture back to my skin. I use this a lot in the summer when I'd go out in the sun throughout the day and then I'd come back and I just want to refresh my face. This was great for that. I also use the Yes 2 Carats Nourishing Fragrance-Free Gentle Cleansing Wipes. These I've had for forever. I was mostly using them this summer right before I would work out. In the morning before I'd go to work out, I just prefer to clean my face off. I'd use one of these wipes to do it. I wasn't able to use these to remove makeup. They didn't do it for that. Really ineffective at removing makeup, so I had to use them for a very particular purpose, but I'm glad I at least got them used up. I wouldn't buy them again though. I have another face mask. This is the Freeman Beauty Infusion Purifying In-Shower Mask. I really liked the idea of this. I do a in-shower mask once a week when I'm doing like a hair mask and I'm exfoliating my whole body. This, I thought the idea of it was really nice because it seemed to be intentionally for in the shower, but it's super false advertising. The instructions on here tell you that you should apply it to a dry face before you get into the shower. So we're talking like 10 minutes before you get into the shower just to apply this, and then like once the water gets warm, rinse it off. That to me doesn't qualify as an in-shower mask. Literally any mask can do that. For a while, I was doing charcoal masks that way because it's a lot easier to remove them in the shower than it is to wipe them off with like a washcloth or rinse your face off. So I don't necessarily think this is that great. I wouldn't buy it. It feels a whole lot like just an exfoliator. Anything that was super deep cleansing had to have in my life, but I at least tried it. I've got a couple of soaps. I used up the Fortune Cookie Soap Valley Girl, which was in my most recent Fortune Cookie Soap fall box. It was okay. These are really meant to be hand soaps, but I use them as my entire body soap. That way I can use it up really fast, but I'm officially done with Fortune Cookie soaps, so now whenever they come in, I can just use the one that's from the box and not have a back stock. I also used up the Enchanted Rose Bar Soap. This smells heavenly, just like roses. It was shaped like a rose. The only issue is that I feel like because I wasn't keeping it in a tin, anytime like Ben would shower, I feel like just the general water around the soap really helped it dissolve much quicker than a normal soap. So I don't know if I would buy Fortune Cookie soaps again, but I did at least like the scent of this one. We're saying goodbye to this Fortune Cookie Soap Everything Edible Lip Scrub. I had this for a while before I put it in the shower, and I was using it the other day, and it just smells off. It doesn't smell good anymore. It's kind of really dried out despite being in the shower. So I'm gonna just go ahead and get rid of it because I just don't want to force myself to use something that maybe has expired. I do have another one that's from a recent Fortune Cookie soap box, and it's much smaller, so I definitely feel like I'll get through it. I'm not someone who's gotten really hooked on doing lip scrubs. I know it's important to do and whatever, but it really adopted it into my full routine. So that's probably why I never used that one. I'm decluttering this Skin Dimitri James Olive and Enzyme Cleanser. It's a rich balm makeup remover and deep cleansing mask, but you can use this as a general face wash. I got this in an Ipsy bag, and I've been a subscriber of Ipsy's for maybe 3 years at this point. I really liked this, but it has this like Play-Doh smell. I don't know if it's because it's expired. It doesn't have like any expiration information on here, or if it just doesn't have any perfumes, which is why it smells this way. But I can't stand it. I cannot stand the smell of it, so I can't get myself to use it. I'm gonna just go ahead and get rid of it. All right, I have a number of like different skincare samples that I used up. I used 3 of the Bashika Purifying Cleansing Gel. This stuff is okay. I feel like it just sort of rinses off really fast, doesn't leave my face feeling like anything different, so I don't necessarily feel compelled to buy it. I also tried the Peter Thomas Roth Water Drench Hydrating Moisturizer. This stuff literally feels like water and it gets absorbed into your skin super fast, but I don't necessarily struggle with hydration, so I wouldn't go out of my way to buy this, but I think if you're someone who did have drier skin, this would be miraculous for you. I used 3 of the It Bye Bye Lines Serum. This stuff was awesome. It is a very thick serum, much more so than I'm used to, but it really felt like it was having an impact on my face. I've added this to my Sephora wish list in hopes that maybe during the VIB sale, I might pick it up so I can test out a full bottle of it. Stuff's not cheap, but I feel like if it's gonna actually help with wrinkle smoothing, I wouldn't necessarily hate that, so I would be very curious to try a full size. I've also got the Professional, I know this is not really necessarily skincare, but it's sitting in my samples here. I use this up. I do like this stuff. I feel like it is effective and it definitely does help fill pores, so if you struggle with that, this would be a good item for you. I have a couple of nail items. I officially used up these French manicure polka dotted tipped Impress nails. These, for some reason, I don't know why, I don't know if the ones that come in this style, they're not as durable as the regular press-on nails. The like sheer spray of the French with the polka dots really wore away super fast. I only got to wear these for like 5 or 6 days, and then I basically had to peel them off because they weren't looking real good anymore. So I would try to stay away from this style of Impress nails again, but especially the polka dotted ones because they weren't great. Also saying goodbye to my OPI nail lacquer, and I have a herring problem. This is really thin as a OPI polish, thinner than I'm used to. It almost seems like it was watered down. So I applied 3 layers of this, and then it's still somewhat patchy, which is super bizarre, but there would be like areas of my nail where I feel like you couldn't tell that I had put 3 layers on. Just not worth it. I'm not gonna fuss with nail polish that I don't think is awesome, so this is gonna be thrown away. 2 body products. The first is this Fortune Cookie Soap Master Exfoliating Body Wash. This came in the Hocus Pocus Halloween box last year. I did not like this. This is essentially like a strawberry scent, but it's not like a sweet strawberry. It has like, it's like smells like pure strawberry, but there's no like sweetness to it. I just don't really like it. And then the exfoliating part of this is the actual seeds of the strawberries that you can see here, and it does nothing. Like, it's not very exfoliating. If you had the most sensitive skin, I still don't think you would feel like you got exfoliated. So I had to really force myself to use this. Not a fan of it, and wouldn't buy their exfoliating body washes if they were fruit-based the way this one is. I also used up this Body Souffle Punk Rose. I don't know who this is from, but it was just okay. The scent was just all right. I don't necessarily like it. Then I have the Mitchum Smart Solid Clinical Performance Powder Deodorant. I am trying to stay away from deodorants like this, but I do still have some in my collection. This was in my gym bag, and I would apply it before I'd work out, because even though I love the Tarte deodorant and it does prevent me from smelling, I do still get sweaty, and so when I go to work out, I feel like after a heavy workout, I smell if I don't apply deodorant first. So I'm just sort of pulling these out of my closet and using them in that way. That way they don't go to waste. And I can still stay mostly true to my clean deodorant. I have one more skincare thing, my apologies. It's the Simple Dual Effect Eye Makeup Remover. This I didn't like. It did not remove all of my mascara. I would literally shower and then come back out and have to remove more makeup. So for that reason, I don't want to buy this again because I really want something that can take everything off the first time, not require multiple sessions of taking makeup off. I've got one hand soap. This is the liquid hand soap tropical coconut scent. This stuff was junk. It just didn't really lather. It just sort of sloshed around your hands and then was gone. I'm super glad we are done with this and I would not buy it again. Got a wax item. This is the Hannah's at Home Old Fashioned Lemonade. This was a lovely, very much of a pure, sweet lemonade scent, and I definitely recommend it. Oh man, my organization's really off today because I have yet another skincare item, and that is the Evology Intensive Blemish Serum. This stuff is bomb. I have not had a breakout since bringing this back into my skincare routine. It is expensive, but I don't care because it's totally worth it. I use this, I was using it morning and night, which is why I blew through it so fast, but I definitely think that I will use this once a day now to stretch it out a little bit more and use a different serum in either the morning or the nighttime. And it just really helps keep my skin clear. I'm a big fan of this and I already purchased another one. I have a hair care item. This is the Way Wave Spray. Love this stuff. You guys have heard me talk about it before. It is amazing. Already bought another one. Even though we're almost out of hair curling season, it's finally starting to get really cold in New England, which I'm not upset about because I don't love styling my hair this way. Okay, now on to the makeup items that I have used up. Some of these things are repeat items from when I was doing my Project 10 pan. So I have the Ultra Professional Flawless Prime Primer. This had a green tint to it, and while I did like that because I do have some redness on my face, it's silicone based, and I have come to find that my skin has evolved in a way where I don't really love the silicone based primers anymore. So I'm glad that this is out of my collection. I'm not even sure Ulta still makes it, but even if they did, I probably wouldn't buy it. I used up The Rock Behind the Scenes Eye Primer. This I used to really love, but I have since found that there are a lot of drugstore eyeshadow primers on the market that I'm a really big fan of it that are a fraction of the price, so I wouldn't go out of my way to buy this again. I have my Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector Spotlight in Champagne Gold. This thing is lovely. I'm so happy I used this up. I really loved the gold, the soft gold highlight on my face. With my hair color, it really is complimentary. I'm just proud of myself for using all of this highlighter up. I really stuck to it throughout most of this year, and it just is a really good product. Their Shimmering Skin Perfector in the liquid is my favorite form of their highlighters. I used up my Voluminous Liner Noir from L'Oreal. This was awesome. I don't know, honestly, if they still make this, but I definitely want to get another one. I'm trying to force myself to use a couple of black pencil liners before I let myself buy any more of these, but I definitely love this thing. Same thing with my Clio Kill Black waterproof pen liner. This thing is such a precise point. Like, oh, I love it so much. The thing is very expensive. I can get it on Birchbox's site. And I definitely think if I amass points or they give me like a coupon or something, I'll probably pick this up because it is awesome. I am also finished with the Maybelline Dream Cushion Fresh Face Liquid Foundation in Porcelain. This I went back and forth on for whether or not it was a good color match for me. I feel like I picked this up originally in the early spring, late winter originally, and the porcelain was a little bit too dark for me. And then throughout the summer, as my face got more sun exposure, it ended up working. I like this, but because the color wasn't the best match for me, I probably wouldn't buy it again. I've also got the e.l.f. Hypershine Lip Gloss in the shade Blossom. This was super dudley. I just didn't really like the fact that I would put it on my lips and maybe 10 or 15 minutes later, it would felt like there was nothing on my lips. The brush applicator is subpar for applying product, so I just don't think it's that great. I'm not even sure e.l.f. still makes these, but I wouldn't buy them if they did. I've got the Bobbi Brown Long Wear Cream Shadow Stick in Golden Pink. This was nothing special. I also find that the term golden pink is a little strange because this is more of a gold. I don't really get a whole lot of pink tones out of here. I still prefer using the pots. I just feel like I get more of an impact with them versus the cream sticks, so I wouldn't buy this. I used up the Clean Reserve perfume. Nothing special, kind of generic, wouldn't buy it. The last few items that I have are some declutter items. The first thing I have is the Aero Boost from Birchbox Lip Balm. This is supposed to be like a color changing lip balm based on your chemistry. it just has like a weird smell and taste. I don't know if this has just gone bad on me or if it always has been like this, but I'm not gonna fuss around with that, so we're saying goodbye with it. I have this Fortune Cookie Soap like tinted lip balm sample that they gave us from the Beauty and the Beast box. It has like a really intensive perfume scent, first off, and second, it dries my lips out, so not gonna be using that. Then I was playing around with some of my eyeshadow palettes, and I came across my like Stila, I think it's like in the light palette, it's in a purple box, and I am getting rid of the Smudge Stick eyeliner. This is like a super shimmery purple liner, which I will never use, so I'm parting with it. And I also popped out one of the shadows from it. Like, see all of that shimmer? That is just not my style. I would not put that kind of shimmer in my crease, which is the only way I would really wear a color like this. So I just popped it out and I'm gonna throw it away so it's not staring at me if I potentially pan that for the 2018 year. But that is all of my trash. Like I said, a lot of different things that I sort of cycled through really quickly. Very happy to have wiped all these out. And I'll talk to you guys in my next video real soon. Bye.